Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pierrefonds International Sportplex. My name is Jared Lackman-Minkoff. I'm alongside Blake Saraga. We are here for the NHL Kids Stanley Cup Final. It's the Canadiens, it's the Blackhawks, the top teams in their respective conferences, Blake.
Yeah, both these teams have been ahead of the tournament leaderboards since the get-go, right? The Canadiens were very close to losing their first game of this entire tournament in the semifinal, for the conference semifinal, against the Bruins. The Bruins put up a valiant effort, scoring 2 goals, but the Canadiens taking the edge in overtime to win it 3-2. The Chicago Blackhawks as well won their game in overtime in their conference final against the Penguins. So both teams barely making it into this big championship game. However, as I just mentioned, the Blackhawks and the Canadiens have been the 2 front runners from the get-go.
Absolutely. We're going to go quiet here and allow you to listen as we introduce the teams. Now, as both teams have been introduced, we're going to have our special guest here, Brittany Brisebois, to sing us "O Canada" before the puck drop for this NHL Kids Final.
This was a last-minute turn of events here in this game. She volunteered to sing the national anthem. And here we are.
Oh,
And that was a beautiful rendition of the Canadian national anthem by Miss Brisebois. And we are about to get underway here. Jared, I'm excited right now. This tournament, the past 5 days, we've watched these kids grow as hockey players, grow as friends, and as teammates. We've watched them perform at the highest level. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows. Man, 2 teams here, this is going to be so special.
Yes, it is. And just before we get to that, just a thank you to Brittany Brisebois. As you said, beautiful rendition of O Canada. She actually sings the anthem for the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So big thank you to her. We're delighted to have her here with us. And yes, this is what it's all been about for the past 5 days, destroying our voices, all for this moment, this game. The Canadians and the Blackhawks, it really couldn't be any other way. Their one matchup during the regular season was a 1-1 tie.
Wow.
So this game, once again, this is one game, not a 2 out of 3 situation. One game to decide who will take home the NHL Kids Stanley Cup.
Let's do it, baby.
The face-off at center ice, it's Émile Picard and Renaud Charon. You can hear the noise in this arena already. And we are underway. It's the NHL Kids Stanley Cup Final. As here's J.F. Racine for the Blackhawks. Mannix Guérin will send it into the Canadian zone. Darnell Diakite after it there. Charon closes that off. And now here's Félix Bugeaud, overtime hero for the Blackhawks in their Western Conference Final. Out now for Labroche. He'll send it ahead. Picked off there by James Lacasse. And now here's Bornay, the Canadians' overtime hero in their Eastern Conference Final. Lacasse sends it around, stopped there by Etienne Gouault and sent back in. Lacasse takes it back behind the net now. Slap pass up the ice, looking for Guérin. That one didn't work. Pass across here for Rochelot. Thomas Rochelot into the zone, shoots! That one stopped by the Blackhawks goaltender, Samuel Bourgoin. Out come the Blackhawks again. The stop there. Here's Timothée Mvoila for the Canadians. Mvoila down the boards. He lost it there to Keyshawn Cameron. Flipped out by James Lacasse. It comes out to center. Thomas Rochelot takes it back to the Habs. In they come now. There's a shot coming there. Rebound! And that one goes just wide. Off the stick of Mathis Kael Aurelius. Back to the point. Mvoila. A pass in front. That one goes off Rochelot and just wide. Maverick Dufour for the Blackhawks. Sends it around. James Lacasse will go after it there. A minute and a half gone in this opening period. Up ahead, here comes Dylan Hugg. Hugg into the zone, lost the puck. Émile Picard will send it back out, and here come the Canadians. It's Picard with Aurelius. Picard lost the handle. That was Karim Chama for the Blackhawks who broke that up. And now here comes Jackson McCumber for the Blackhawks. Into the zone, Diakite closes that off. Packed arena here at the Pierrefonds International Sportplex for this ultimate game. 2 minutes gone. Here's Diakite up ahead for Bornay. Adam Bornay, one of the superstars of the tournament, works his way in. Down behind the net. Bornay, wraparound try, looking for Penk. Couldn't get a finish on that one. Some slight hook and contact at center ice there, but no call. Here's Darnell Diakite. Up ahead for Émile Picard. He loses it. It's William Penk who will send it up ahead. James Lacasse there first for the Blackhawks. Lacasse out for Bugeaud. A nice reception of the pass around Diakite. It's there for Charon. Charon shoots! That one goes just wide to the left of the net of Antoine Brisebois. And now here comes Bornay for the Canadians. Bornay into the Blackhawks zone. A great move. In on goal backhander. Stopped by Bourgoin. Stood tall on that one. And now Mannix Guérin after it for the Blackhawks. Guérin over the red line into the Canadian zone. He's in on Mvoila. Gets around him. Guérin couldn't get a clean shot off there. Now here's William Penk for the Canadians. Penk will send it back just out of the reach of Gouault. And it hits the official. And Jackson McCumber's going after it now. McCumber behind the net. Cameron wants it in front. But McCumber keeps it himself. Out for Chama. He loses it. And now here come the Canadians. That's Thomas Rochelot, a shot. He was our player of the game as the Canadians defeated the Red Wings in the second round earlier today. And now Aurelius for the Canadians. Back in the corner now. Aurelius out in front. Rochelot is right there. Excuse me, that was Derek Pierre, the captain, and he was stopped by Bourgoin. Rochelot has it now in the corner. McCumber's hurt. He's slow to get up. But it's Dylan Hugg who clears it out for the Blackhawks. Tim Mvoila. Etienne Guo. Intercepted there by Dylan Hugg. He'll start back for the Blackhawks. A 2-on-1 here. Dylan Hugg takes the shot into the glove of Antoine Brisebois, and he'll hang on. Just about 4 minutes gone here in this opening period.
4 minutes gone in the opening period. Was wondering why the clock said 9 minutes about a minute ago. I didn't realize it was 12 minutes until now. That makes a lot more sense, and we have everything we hoped this game would be right now. Just constant action between both teams, back and forth hockey, and you love to see this. As you mentioned, Jared, all the seats here are filled up.
Off the draw, a shot coming there from Charon. That one goes just wide. Now here's Félix Bugeaud in the corner for the Blackhawks. Down low for Guérin. He tried to center it. That came loose in the crease, and now here's JF Racine shoots. That one goes wide to the left, and James Lacasse after it now for the Blackhawks. Lacasse, he's got Penk watching him. Up ahead, Racine dumps it up for Charon. And it comes back to the Canadians. It's Darnell Diakite. Up ahead, that pass in the skates of Bornay, and it rolls all the way to Bourgoin, and he'll hang on. Blake, not much action, not much high-quality scoring chances either way here.
No, not many high-quality scoring chances. That's just a credit to the defense on both teams, right? You see Bourgoin get a little snow in his helmet there, courtesy of Bornay for the Habs. He's going to apologize a little bit. You're going to see some mutual respect there between two very good players. And right now, the Montreal Canadiens, the best team in this tournament so far, look to have an even matchup here with the Blackhawks. As you mentioned, tie game and they're one meeting together. The Blackhawks very fast-paced as well, and a lot of calculated movements between them. Perfect pairing right now between the Canadiens and the Blackhawks.
McCumber stripped there. Aurelius out in front of shot, scores! The Canadiens get things started. It's Thomas Rochelot who draws first blood. 1-0 Canadiens in the final.
Rochelot, he just has a knack for putting the puck behind the net there. Bourgoin really had no chances. Rochelot's shot had way too much velocity behind it for him to stop it. It goes right over the pad, right over the blocker, excuse me. That's a big, big lead now. You see how loud the Canadiens fans are. And this is kind of reminding me of the Seattle Seahawks stadium right now. When it gets so loud due to the fans' energy, it's hard for anybody in the building or in the arena to hear themselves think. And
lots of Canadiens parents here with tambourines, air horns, making as much noise as they can. Rochelot with the goal, and it's 1-0. Here's a shot from Chama, and that one stopped by Brisebois. Here's Maddox Guérin behind the net, trying to center it. That goes off of Darnell Diakite. Battle for it now. It's Derek Pierre, the captain. Guérin centering pass for Charon. He tries to go to the backhand, couldn't get a clean shot off. Here come the Canadiens again. Mathis Kyle Aurelius, another one of the sneaky superstars on this Canadiens roster. Labroche ahead for Rochelot, the goal scorer. Thomas Rochelot in on the right side. Lost control, got it to Diakite. Diakite closed off by Karim Chama. Maddox Guérin going after it. There's Nicolas Labroche who gets the puck first across for William Penk. Penk in his own end will start out slowly through neutral ice. Out in front, he got it to Bornay. Bornay tries a move on Racine, but he closed them off. That pass misses any Blackhawks player, and it's Tim Mvoila who will take it back. Voila off the boards. Miscommunication as Dylan Hugg was first to it for the Blackhawks. Etienne Guo behind his own net. Stick check there, nearly lost it to Dylan Hugg. But the Canadiens retain possession. Pass out. Bornay is able to handle that one. He's in on James Lacasse, but Lacasse is able to knock him off that puck. Bornay gets it back in the corner. A centering feed, looking for Picard. Now here's a shot from Penk. Stopped by Bourgoin. A big one. And voila, down for Bornay. Behind the net, taken by JF Racine of the Blackhawks. Racine, stolen there by Picard. Emile Picard for the Canadiens, stolen back by James Lacasse. And now here's Keyshawn Cameron of the Blackhawks, taken again by Emile Picard. Right out in front, it's William Penk to the backhand, off the glove of Bourgoin. Picard behind the Blackhawks net. Jackson McCumber takes it back, but it's still not cleared. As Etienne Guo lost the handle, great play to get it back. Penk across for Picard. His pass in front, looking for Rochelot. Nearly had a second, and out front again. pass didn't work. Here's Mvoila making moves in the high slot. Shoots! Stopped by Bourgoin. Rebound to Rochelot. Rochelot across. Here's Emile Picard. His pass blocked by a Blackhawk. And finally it comes out of the zone, but the Canadians get it back. It's Darnell Diakite. Across for Tim Mvoila. Diakite has it back. Bothered there by McCumber, but he got it ahead to William Penk. William Penk to the middle for the captain, Derek Pierre. He loses it to Karim Chama. Derek Pierre at center, around Bugeaud. Not around Guérin, but a nice defensive play by Aurelius to knock that down. And now here's Bornay for the Canadians. Adam Bornay around Chama. He shoots. That one's off Bourgoin. Bornay has it back behind the net, out front. Derek Pierre was there. Couldn't handle that one. Now pass by Diakite, back to Bornay. Nice move on Bugeaud. Now he's in on goal, shoots! I believe that was stopped by Bourgoin. Adam Bornay putting the moves on the Blackhawks here. Labroche. Pass goes off a Blackhawks player. It's Karim Chama. Intercepted there by Bornay. Chama back with it. Out from Maverick Dufour. Dufour trying to lift it out, and does. Maddox Guérin didn't quite know that puck was right behind him. And now here's Derek Pierre for the Canadians staying on side. Pierre shoots! That one goes just wide. And Maddox Guérin will try and start out for the Blackhawks, but he's stopped there by Diakite. And it's Aurelius across for Labroche. He'll hit the stick of Bugeaud, but it comes to Rochelot anyway. Thomas Rochelot shoots! That one went up and over the net. Not a great idea by the Blackhawks to leave the goal scorer Rochelot with that much space.
Ever since the Canadians scored that goal, unbelievable pressure by them on the Blackhawks, giving the defense no room to breathe, firing shots on all cylinders here. And you see Bornay specifically for this Canadians team. Adam Bornay, just an unreal player, and I'm noticing it more and more when I watch him play. If he's not firing pucks on the net, he's creating passing lanes for his team and being physical as well with a stone-cold look on his face. He's really a cyborg out there.
He is indeed. Dylan Hugg out now for Jackson McCumber of the Blackhawks. In with speed. McCumber lost the handle. Got it back now. Lost it though, and here's William Penk for the Canadians. Out for Thomas Rochelot. Poke checked by JF Racine. Penk tries to send it back. He's bothered there by a couple of Blackhawks. McCumber trying to dig it out. Penk will send it all the way back for Emile Picard. Across for Tim Mvoila. And back to Picard. Rochelot in on the left side. Backhands it into the zone, and the Canadians go for a line change as JF Racine picks it up for the Blackhawks. Lifted up and out. Keyshawn Cameron couldn't handle it. Derek Pierre stopped it. And the Canadians will recover and neutral ice. Bornay into the offensive zone. Poke check there. Bornay going after it again, but Lacasse will send it back around his boards. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go in this first period. 1-0 the Canadians off the stick of Thomas Rochelot. Puck in the Canadian zone now. It's Nicolas Labroche who has it for them. Labroche. Bothered there by Charon. Bornay up for Aurelius. Aurelius trying to get around Dufour in the corner. Dufour still on him. Perhaps some contact there, and Derek Pierre got it back to Aurelius. Then Charon, superstar scorer for the Blackhawks. He has it now. Guérin's breaking, and Charon's able to get it to him. Here's Maddox Guérin on Diakite. Lost the handle, and it goes into the corner. Darnell Diakite for the Canadians. Back pass over the stick of Maverick Dufour and out to center. Potential 2-on-1 here for the Canadians, but a good defensive play by Karim Chama closes that down. Felix Bugeaud, overtime hero for the Blackhawks against the Penguins, looks to slow it down. Maverick Dufour off the boards that hit the official. And a battle going on for it right at the center ice line. It comes out to Bugeaud and the Blackhawks trying to make some space. Bugeaud on the right side falls over. That's going to be a penalty on Darnell Diakite of the Canadians with exactly a minute to go here in the first period. The Blackhawks will get a power play.
That's going to hurt for the Habs. Darnell Diakite, such a solid player that deserves so much more credit than he gets in this tournament. Maybe one of the best defenders in the entire thing. It seems like he's always where he's supposed to be, always getting his puck on the stick there, a little too aggressive, sending him to the sin bin for a couple minutes. But Diakite, just another example of one of these Canadians players who's just always unfazed always willing to make the right play for him and his teammates, and that's a reason why these Canadians are so dominant.
Here's Keyshawn Cameron behind the net for the Blackhawks. Trying to get it out front. Hit a Canadian stick. JF Racine can't hold the line. As we're in the final minute of this first period, you can hear the noise coming from both sides here. JF Racine in on the left side with speed. Stops up. Pass back. James Lacasse shoots. That goes off the blocker of Antoine Brisebois. Jackson McComber closed off by the other 29, Emile Picard, turning, looking for space, and it goes off a Blackhawks stick and into the Canadiens bench. So Blake, 24 seconds to go here, a minute 24 left on the Blackhawks power play. What are you hoping to see from them?
A goal in the next 24 seconds. Pretend there's a 24-second shot clock there and just fire it as much as you can. Right now, you're up a man, and they're missing their best defender in Diakite, so why not just get the puck on the net as much as possible? You have a goalie like Brisebois who's able to stand on his head, it seems, but you really just got to test him here while he's missing his best defender.
Nice clear there by Derek Pierre. It'll go all the way down to Samuel Bourgoin. 12 seconds on the clock. The Blackhawks rather nonchalant here. We'll see if they get another chance. It's JF Racine coming up slowly. Racine, long shot off the hand of Derek Pierre, but he shakes that off. And that will do it for this first period. Thomas Rochelot, the lone player to find twine in this game. 1-0 Canadiens after the first period. Blake, what do you think so far?
Well, you can't help cheer for number 22 on the Canadiens, right? And Rochelot nets that first goal for the Habs here in this final matchup. And Rochelot's been solid all tournament. There's so many Canadians that could just do it all. They seem to have all turned into two-way players under their coaching staff, and their coaching staff deserves a lot of credit here. We saw them drawing up plays on the wall behind their bench there in the last game in that overtime win, and they're just the systems they have, the plays they run, and their philosophy is what's gotten them this far. If I'm the Blackhawks, you just need to put as much pressure as possible. The Blackhawks are also a very defensively sound team, and they're very disciplined on offense as well, but it's really tough to be disciplined on offense when you have a team like the Canadiens who just get in front of the puck literally at every single opportunity.
Worth mentioning, we forgot to mention before, the final does have 12-minute periods instead of 10 minutes. The first period was 12 minutes, and there's 12 minutes on the clock for the second period.
Extremely significant because that's 6 extra minutes to score more goals here. About 3 minutes into the last period, I looked up at the clock and I'm like, there's no way this game has been going on for a minute. It feels like longer than that. We did not realize it's 12 minutes, so it's going to be a 36-minute game here instead of 30. 59 seconds left on the power play for the Blackhawks, and they have a chance to net one in and tie it with Diakite still in the penalty box. Let's see what they could do here.
Yeah, significant loss for the Canadiens for the first minute here. As it comes back, Blackhawks win that draw. JF Racine will stop it in his own end. Racine starting out slowly. Up for Charon. Bernard Charon, dangerous with the puck every time it's on his stick. A cross stop there by Mannix Guérin, another dangerous player. Guérin, back for Lacasse. James Lacasse shoots! Blocked by Derek Pierre. He's blocked a couple of shots already. And trying to send it out. JF Racine stopped it, but only momentarily, as Bornay flips it into the corner of the Blackhawks zone. Derek Pierre going after it. Stopped there by Racine. And it's Renan Charon. Sends it up ahead for James Lacasse. Around Bornay. Bugeaud gets it back to him. Lacasse into the Canadian zone. The stop, send it back for Bugeaud. Félix Bugeaud looking, passes in front, looking for Charon. That pass missed him. Here's Guérin, centering for Charon. Out in front again, Bugeaud had a chance. And that one's cleared as we're back to 5-on-5. Darnell Diakite back on for the Canadiens. Bourgoin for James Lacasse. Maverick Dufour for the Blackhawks. William Pank on the forecheck. Charon in neutral ice. Off the boards. Ahead, but heads up play by Nicolas Labroche to shut that one down, and he's in with speed. Labroche looking for an option. Out in front, trying to center it, and here's Emile Picard making some moves on Blackhawks, but he'll turn back. Diakite missed that pass, and then a race for it now, but out comes Brisebois, the goaltender, but he ices the puck. Maverick Dufour beat out Aurelius there, and it's going to be an icing call against the Canadiens, Blake.
Heads up play by Brisebois to ice that puck. he doesn't mind letting his boys set up in his own zone. He trusts his defense, and he trusts himself as well. Heads up play also by Maverick Dufour for beating out Aurelius. Aurelius super fast. It seems like he just flies from one end to another pretty consistently. And he's going to try and make a bigger impact on this game, as we've seen his stick handling skills and we've seen his shot taking ability, but we need to see more of that shot making ability if they're going to extend this lead.
Etienne Guo. Poke check there, out in front from McCumber. Didn't get a good shot off. Here's Chama, shoots. And that one's blocked in front. It comes all the way back to the Blackhawks zone. Maverick Dufour going after it hard. Sends it around the boards. It'll be stopped there by Aurelius. At the line, it's Guo who will send it down. Aurelius going after it again. First 2 minutes gone in this second period. Maverick Dufour. Aurelius is there in the corner now. He'll send it back down for William Penk. Watched there by Dufour, but Penk tried to put it through his legs. It comes out to the Blackhawks. It's Keyshawn Camarand with it here. Camarand on Guo. Good job to close him off. And he gets it back to William Penk. Such sound defending by these Canadians we've seen all tournament long. And now here comes Emile Picard for the Canadians. He's in on Racine. Stops in the corner. Picard bothered again by Racine, and it comes out to McComber. Put it through his own legs. It's out of his reach, but he chips it up ahead. No icing called as Nicolas Labroche is first back for the Canadians. Labroche. Charon on him. The pass. That one hit Félix Bugeaud, and the Blackhawks will take it over the offensive zone. Here's Charon right in. Stopped by Brisebois, point blank on Renan Charon. The Canadians will start back out here. It's Derek Pierre, the captain, into the Blackhawk zone. Pierre, his shot, blocked by Racine. James Lacasse, stopped by Derek Pierre. In battle for it now. It's Thomas Rochenot going after it. Down in the corner, Pierre, trying to center it in front. That pass didn't connect. Here's Maddox Guérin for the Blackhawks. Guérin trying to get around Diakite. Chips the puck past him and into the corner. A back pass for Charon, but alertly, Thomas Rochenot closes that off. Now here's Adam Bornet. Out for Derek Pierre on the left wing. Across for Bornet in the slot. Bornet right in. Backhander stopped by Bourgoin. And he'll hang on to that one.
Bourgoin, great job at tracking the puck off the shot from a great shot maker. Bornet, able to just razzle-dazzle goalies so far in this tournament and put the puck wherever he wants. Bourgoin, great recognition there, as well as great recognition on the save from Brisebois on the other end just moments ago. Off the shot there by the Blackhawks. That was a very good opportunity for the Blackhawks, if I might say, to tie this game. And Brisebois foiled their plans there. Brisebois, rock solid all tournament. There's a reason why his coach wanted him on his team so badly.
You can say that again. As the puck is sent down the ice, it'll roll all the way to Brisebois. Looking for an option, sends it out to Labroche. He sends it back for Diakite. Darnell Diakite ahead for William Penk. Penk stops in neutral ice. Across for Labroche. That pass missed him. And that was Jules Targaroff going after it for the Blackhawks. His first appearance in this game, I believe. And the puck goes out of play.
Targaroff here for the Blackhawks. Targaroff, a smaller player. We saw him earlier on in the tournament. And they're going to change it up a little bit here. Get their players some run. See if they could spark something about 14 minutes into this game. And you know what? The Blackhawks, they still have Jackson McComber out there. They have Lacasse as well. They have a lot of dangerous players on the ice as well as we're seeing. They're looking to score, as always.
James Lacasse going after it for the Blackhawks in the corner. Lacasse, he's got Aurelius on the other side, but chips it around to Camarand. Keyshawn Camarand has Lacasse who comes in to help. Comes out to Aurelius, in for Rochenot, shoots! That got through, stopped by Bourgoin. Rebound, Aurelius is put wide. Aurelius left a man in his dust. Puck comes right to James Lacasse. Out in front, he found on the pass, but is taken up by Keyshawn Camarand for the Blackhawks. Camarand across center, into the offensive zone. Stopped there by 3 Canadians. They always have several men back. And voila ahead, Rochenot. Across for Mathis Kael Aurelius. Aurelius in the high slot, the face-off dot. Stopped there by Maverick Dufour. In a battle now in the corner. It comes out to the captain, Derek Pierre. Pierre has some space. A nice move to the backhand. And that one's right on. And Samuel Bourgoin will hold on. Blake, the goaltender, is starting to leave their mark on this game.
Yeah, definitely. These goaltenders are putting on a show. And this is a rare sighting here for the Canadians and the Blackhawks. We see a little bit of shoving here, and we've seen these two teams stay composed in this tournament. Really, especially the Canadians are just a well-oiled machine, and they seem to just perfectly execute on both ends of the ice. Goaltending is an issue now. Not an issue, more of an advantage for these two teams, as the play of Bourgoin has been an issue for the Canadians, not really being able to net many goals so far. The lead is 1-0.
Back to the point for Labroche. Down low. Labroche low, shoots. That was Emile Picard. He's stopped by Samuel Bourgoin. James Lacasse. And we're going to have a penalty call here, a hooking call against the Blackhawks. Is it the captain, Maddox Guérin? I believe it is.
Maddox Guérin is going to go to the box, and he's been really quiet in this game. We haven't mentioned his name a lot in this one. He's one of those floor generals, those point guards on the ice who just sets up plays and makes sure his guys are set and where they're supposed to be. He's good at directing traffic, and he's good at recognizing when his teammates are open and recognizing when it's the right time to shoot. They're going to miss him while he's in the box serving his 2-minute minor, and we're going to see how they fare without him shorthanded in their own zone.
Big opportunity for the Canadians as it's Penk down for Picard. Back to Penk, pass missed him, comes all the way to Diakite. The general on the power play for the Canadians. Penk, Picard, back to Penk. He centers it across. Bournet couldn't get a clean shot off. And that one's cleared by J.F. Racine. Antoine Brisebois will leave it there. Darnell Diakite will take it back for the Canadians, and they'll look to restart the rush. Left for William Penk. Penk flips it up over center. It's Bournet going after it. It's number 41, James Lacasse for the Blackhawks, who will dump it back out. First 45 seconds of this power play gone, as we're over the halfway mark of the second period. Blackhawks doing a good job on this penalty kill so far. Diakite up ahead for Aurelius. Aurelius on the right side. Stops, gets it back. Rocheneau a shot. That one's blocked by Lacasse, and it's Dylan Hugg who takes it back. He sends it out for Félix Bugeaud. Rocheneau closing down on him, but Bugeaud gets free. Bugeaud right in on goal, and in second attempt, save, rebound, they score! It's Félix Bugeaud picking up where he left off for the Blackhawks. A short-handed goal, and we're knotted up at one.
If you believe, it will happen, and the Blackhawks believe that they have a chance in this game. Félix Bugeaud able to score with the initial deke on Brisebois, not able to get by him, and you saw Dylan Hugg trailing, and eventually with the two bodies crashing the net, Bugeaud, the original puck handler, able to stick it in there to tie this game. You gotta love it for these Blackhawks fans, and this is newfound energy for this Blackhawks team with their captain in the box, so they're doing him proud right now. 45 seconds left on the power play for the Habs.
Still 40 seconds of power play time to make up for it as the pass ahead comes to Etienne Guault for the Canadians. Guault at the right faceoff dot, cuts to the middle, pass across, Aurelius shoots, and Bourgoin had some trouble with the rebound, but he hangs on as we see a little more scuffling going on in the crease.
And what a way to answer with Bourgoin making the save there. The Habs coming down the ice determined to take this lead right back. And the Habs don't like being scored on. We saw Brisebois in the last game. He was scored on twice, and on the second goal he was going up to the referees to explain his case on why it was not a goal, because he is that good of a player, believes that his goals need reasoning, the goals scored on him need reasoning behind them when they're questionable. And just great goaltending here, 1-1, pretty much 0-0 technically. It's an even game, and that's how the players should treat this one.
Here's Bournet. Out in front looking for Aurelius. Couldn't finish that one. Back to the point, and voila with it. Down to Aurelius. Lost the handle. Racine fans on the clear across. Looking for Bournet. Good stick by James Lacasse to break that up. 5 seconds to go in this penalty as Maddox Guérin prepares to leave the box. And here he is now. Guérin chips it up and over, and voila, and he's after it. Maddox Guérin, Derek Pierre, some contact there. And Guérin falls again by himself this time.
I think that should have been a penalty there. It's the Canadians.
Clear, closed off by Racine in the slot. J.F. Racine looking for a pass. Nobody there. Adam Bournet starts back for the Canadians. Gets around Lacasse. Bournet around Lacasse once again. This time he stops back, waiting for his teammates to complete their change. Diakite keeps that one in. Down in the corner, it's Aurelius. That's Iskael Aurelius in the corner around McCumber. Back to the point for Diakite, looking for a shooting lane. Diakite stops, shoots right on, and Samuel Bourgoin shuts the door.
Blackhawks feeling the pressure now from this Canadiens team. These Canadians, not only are they talented, not only do they have a great coaching staff, but all these players are willing to put their body on the line, as you saw Derek Pierre, the captain, on the other side there, blocking a shot. It seems like all of these players have bought into a belief and bought into a championship, and that's what they're striving for here, hoping they could pull it off, an undefeated season. But we'll see, as the Blackhawks seem determined as well.
The only matchup between these two teams was a 1-1 draw, and that's where we stand right now, as there's an icing call against the Blackhawks. 3:41 to go in this second period. The Blackhawks only one loss this entire season as well, so no slouch either. That came as a 4-1 loss at the hands of the Rangers. So Blake, the Blackhawks seem to be one of the only teams that can actually handle these Canadians.
Yeah, and it's weird because the Blackhawks have been in games where it looked like they weren't going to come out with a W, and they've been in a lot of close wins as well. So maybe they're just maybe they just have the antidote here for this Canadiens team.
Sorry, Blake.
No worries
at all.
Stopped
there by Bourgoin, and the net comes off again. So yeah, as you were saying, maybe they're just a good matchup here for this Canadiens team. We're not quite sure who the other tie was for the Canadiens, but the Blackhawks in their own right won the Western Conference. So they're not to be taken lightly at all.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not about being better. It's just about having the answer, and just bad matchups for certain teams here. And the Blackhawks have seemed to have the answer so far for the Canadiens, as each game they've played in has been even so far, this being one of them. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. We're being treated to a good, low-scoring game right now, which sometimes is a great thing. And we see the Canadiens looking to make a push.
It is a great thing. Here's Mvoila. Up ahead for Bornay. Adam Bornay stopped by Bugeaud. Bugeaud trying to work his way in, but Brisebois sticks that one aside. William Penk, nice pinch by Racine, but the puck comes back to the Canadiens. Here's Bornay. Centers in for Emile Picard, in on goal! He scores! Emile Picard! Or was it stopped by Samuel Bourgoin? It was.
Wow.
My apologies on that.
That really looked like it went in. Picard there with a beautiful toe drag, a move that a lot of these players have been going to in this tournament, because it's quite unstoppable at this level with goalie pads not being as big as they are in the NHL. That toe drag to the left side backhand somehow stopped by Bourgoin. I don't know how he stopped that. Really, everybody in this arena, including us here up top, thought it was a goal. 1-1 still.
Thought I saw Picard began to celebrate. So that is my mistake. As now the Canadiens will work again in the offensive zone. Kept in at the line by Tim Mvoila. And it's James Lacasse. Out for Félix Bugeaud. JF Racine in at center ice now. It comes back to Charon. Two Canadiens breaking there. He had to get rid of that one quickly. James Lacasse. Around Rochelot. And now he'll pick up some speed. A cross-ice pass for JF Racine. Over the red line. The puck stuck to the boards. So Racine will set it up for Charon. Blackhawks looking for a change here. Etienne Guault closes off Charon, but he's able to keep possession of the puck, not for long though. Guault up ahead, taken back by Maddox Guérin, the other number 10. Guérin picking up speed into the Canadian zone. Guérin working on Mvoila. A back pass, nobody there. And after it goes Renaud Charon. Back to the point. A shot by Chamard. That's right on. And Antoine Brisebois will hang on.
Great shot there by Chamard. That's exactly what you want to do as a defenseman at this level of hockey. Just taking a shot, ripping it from the blue line. What could go wrong there? The goalie could save it. That's about it. That's the most that could go wrong. Best case scenario, you net it in. And second best case scenario, one of your teammates catches the rebound off a save and they put it in. So that's the best thing you could do right now when you're trying to gain a quick lead. Just keep taking shots from the blue line and letting your forwards do the rest.
Nicolas Labroche for the Canadiens, trying to find some space in the corner. Back around for Darnell Diakite. Diakite sends it up for Emile Picard. Picard into the offensive zone for William Penk. Penk back across for Picard. Tried to get the tip, but a pad save by Samuel Bourgoin. Here's Bornay. Down for Picard. Checked there by Lacasse. So we'll try the other way. Back for Labroche. On the backhand, couldn't keep it in. And now here's Dylan Hugg of the Blackhawks going after it. And Hugg's able to come out with it. Emile Picard will take it back in his own zone. Darnell Diakite now. Up ahead. Knocked down by Lacasse. Diakite. Bumped again by Lacasse. Good defensive game for him in this one. James Lacasse for JF Racine. He'll flip it out to center. Glove down by Emile Picard across to Nicolas Labroche. His pass. William Penk was tied up, so that didn't work. It's going to be an icing call against the Canadians. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this tied second period.
Yeah, a minute to go now. Game's tied, as you said, and now whoever could score a goal here, if any goals are scored at all, will definitely carry a lot of momentum, because it's not like it's the NHL where the team goes back to the locker room to think about and dwell on that period. They're hanging out there at the bench, chirping each other on the side simultaneously while listening to advice from their coach. So it's not the same type of momentum that you would have going into an intermission. However, knowing that the time is reset to 12 minutes and having the lead is a nice feeling. 1 minute left in the Canadian zone as we see some fans here trying to cross past the broadcast booth. I'll just step aside for them now. And a face-off won there by the Habs.
Here's Mathis Kael Aurelius. By himself for now, in on Maverick Tufou. Aurelius with speed. Centering pass. Rocheneau got a stick on it, but didn't get a clean shot off. Final minute, second period. Derek Pierre, the captain. Across for Tim Voila. Now Aurelius in on the left side. Tries a centering pass. Blocked off by Maddox Guérin. His clear around the boards. Takes an awkward bounce. And Rocheneau keeps it in. Again kept in by the Canadians, but it comes back to Maverick Tufou. A clear, finding everybody except free ice, and a shot there stopped by Samuel Bourgoin. 30 seconds to go here for the Canadians.
Bourgoin is having his best game of the season. And what a time to have your best game of the season. There's no other time to have your best game of the season than in the finals, right? He's right in the middle of the shooting lanes, right where he needs to be when there's passing lanes available for the Canadians. And his play right now is what's keeping his team in this game.
Darnell Diakite at the boards. Stop there. Racine sends it out for Maddox Guérin. One-on-one with Mvoila. Guérin shoots. And Mvoila got a piece of that one, and it goes to the corner. Derek Pierre for the Canadians. Up the boards. Sent down the ice. 8 seconds to go in the second period. And we'll get a whistle for an icing call. What an opportunity here for the Blackhawks. They're going to have an offensive zone face-off. 7.2 seconds on the clock here.
Yeah, if there's ever a time to get a goal, it's when you have the face-off here in the Canadian zone. 7 seconds left. So if I'm the Blackhawks, I want to get it over here to Felix Racine. JF Racine. Felix Racine was actually my history teacher in CJEF, so that's my mistake there. Canadians win that one.
Flipped out by Mvoila, and that's going to do it for the second period. The Blackhawks come back with a goal of their own off the stick of Felix Bugeaud, the Western Conference Final hero, and we're tied at 1 with 12 minutes to play, perhaps overtime if we're lucky.
I mean, we would be lucky to witness an overtime game in the finals after witnessing 2 overtimes in the conference finals for each respective conference. These are 2 really, really disciplined teams, 2 teams who are really hungry. And if you're the Canadians, I just can't imagine walking away from this tournament with a loss here, right? Going undefeated, even though it's not life and death. Losing this tournament now after displaying such dominance would be so unfortunate for them. But then you look at the Blackhawks as well, who are pegged as the underdogs here, yet they only have 1 loss as well. And that tie on the Canadians' record could have ended up in a loss here. So these teams are very evenly matched. Although we've seen the Canadians controlling it for most of this game, just the play from Bourgoin, outstanding here, and just at the right time, right? There's no time like the present, and there's no time like the finals to have your best game of the season, as I mentioned before. You know, Brisebois feels the pressure too. Although he may be the goalie or one of the best goalies in this tournament, right now, him and Bourgoin are in a tie, and they're going to dictate the rest of this matchup.
Interesting decision by the Canadians, as Antoine Brisebois and Dimitri Geekis seemed to kind of split the net throughout the regular season games, but it was Antoine Brisebois who got the nod in the Eastern Conference Final against the Bruins, and a big show of confidence from the coaching staff here once again in the finals. Yeah,
one would say that the Canadians have the best goalie duo in the entire league, and some would wonder why a coach would prioritize goaltending when you already have a really good goaltender. Well, it's for reasons like that. Switching up goalies, it's fun having two goaltenders, and it's easier on these goaltenders when it comes to the playoffs. They're all rested up. Brisebois only played half as many games as some of these starters, so he's fresh right now. We're going to have Jackson McComber and Derek Pierre facing off. Jackson McComber, one of the smallest players on the ice. He's 13 years old, actually, and he's able to perform at a high level against players who are 18, 17. It's just really unbelievable to see the talent in this tournament.
A fun fact, Jackson McComber actually scored the first regular season goal in this tournament in an eventual 3-1 win for the Blackhawks over the Blues. As the Blackhawks win that draw to open up the third period, given away is William Penk for the Canadiens. Penk centers it. Picard slides it in front. Rebound. Bournet stopped by Bourgoin. Picard had an open cage but couldn't get a shot off. Here's Penk centering. Bournet off the goalpost. The rebound. Picard couldn't jam it home. The pad of Bourgoin coming in clutch once again. Adam Bournet down for Picard. Back to the point from Voila. He'll walk in and shoot. Scores! Tim Voila beats the blocker of Samuel Bourgoin. And the crowd erupts once again. It's 2-1 Canadiens.
Tim and Voila put the puck right where he needed to, and you see Bourgoin feeling it there. I was just going to say that Bourgoin had the perfect mix of luck and sheer determination, keeping these Blackhawks in the game, stretching all over the crease there to make some beautiful saves with his pads, but Mvula's shot had too much heat on it for Bourgoin to track. 2-1 lead for the Habs here. The third period just started, and the Blackhawks are feeling the heat. Bourgoin received a little pep talk from his teammates there. He's going to try and dial back in. And, wow, great game so far. We're going to see if the Canadiens can continue to gain confidence here, as they just did with that goal. They're looking to extend their lead, because a 2-1 lead in this tournament is not safe whatsoever, and we've seen that time and time again.
Yes, we have. I believe the Blackhawks have called a timeout here following that goal. You saw Samuel Bourgoin completely dejected, as that shot was directly at his blocker. It looked like he was going to make the save, and he thought he did. But as we saw, just absolutely devastated after letting that one by him.
Off by an inch there he was with the blocker, and that one's going to hurt. He's going to wish he could go back in time there, but unfortunately you can't live in the present, forget the past. And right now, all he could do is look forward, keep his eyes open, and continue to help his Blackhawks compete here, as he's done a formidable job so far.
Now the Blackhawks will need to get one in the last 11 and a half minutes of this game. JF Racine will start out. Intercepted there by Aurelius. Aurelius keeps it in the offensive zone. Now he's looking for space out in front of Rochelot. Backhander! Stopped by Bourgoin. As he keeps that one out, he looked behind him, and it stays a 2-1 game.
Bourgoin right where he left off before that goal, making great reads and following the puck and the player in front of him. Great play there by Aurelius and Rochelot. That opportunity there would have been a goal in most scenarios, but in the finals, the goalie performance here is just insane right now. We're going to see if Bourgoin could continue to carry this team and keep the goal chart for the Canadiens at 2.
Maverick Dufour up the boards. Charon with a stick lift of Derek Pierre. Comes down for Aurelius. In the corner, it's Karim Chama. Gave it away to Rochelot. Thomas Rochelot. Back to the point for Darnell Diakite. His slides one in. Easy save for Bourgoin. Out in front, centering pass by Aurelius went off of Bourgoin, and a clear by Lacasse, I believe, goes up and out of play, and we'll have a face-off to the left of Samuel Bourgoin.
Lacasse has been quiet in this game so far. He's been in there on defense, but I want to see him get involved more on offense. He's one of those players that could just rip the puck from the blue line and put it on net for his team, and he's also able to take the puck coast to coast as well. He reminds me of Nathan Fye on the Rangers. Both players able to just take the puck up the ice, hit a couple nice dekes, and net the puck in the net. No sweat. So I want to see James Lacasse here start cooking for his team, because they're going to need him down 1 in this final period.
Bourgoin shot goes off the stick of Max Guérin, and will redo that draw. But how about Samuel Bourgoin, some redemption on that save earlier off Thomas Rochelot?
Yeah, you never want to let in 2 goals in a row. Nothing could be more deflating than that. Bourgoin seems to have locked in, and he's ready to go now, unfazed by that goal. as he did look phased before. Looks like he forgot about it. And the Blackhawks looking to make a push here. Jackson McComber been playing a lot of minutes so far in this game. More minutes than we've seen him play in this tournament.
Both teams are a bit confused here as they both went for line changes. And we see it's going to be Thomas Rochelot lining up for the faceoff for the Habs against Jackson McComber. And Rochelot wins it back to Mvoila. As it stands right now, he has the go-ahead goal. Karim Chama in his own end. Chama, nice play by Aurelius to steal that puck, and then he falls down in the corner, and that is going to be a penalty against Karim Chama. It's going to be a hooking call, and already up 2-1 here, the Canadians are headed to the power play.
Yeah, this is about the worst thing that could have happened right now, besides another goal against the Blackhawks for this team. Charot going to the box right now. Really unfortunate here, as you're going to be undermanned in your own zone, and the Canadians have displayed time and time again how dominant they are winning faceoffs. So this is a very important defensive stand that's going to be made right here. And it looks like there's 5 players on the ice.
Yes, there are. And now
Dylan
we see Dylan Hug going off.
Yeah.
So it'll be 5-on-4, 10:28 to go in this third period. This the Stanley Cup final at NHL Kids. Face-off won by the Canadians. Aurelius has some space to walk in. Gets it to Mvoila. His pass. Thought he had a teammate on the right wing, but he didn't. Maverick Dufour had his stick knocked out of his hands. He was looking for a penalty call, but nothing doing. Etienne Guault with it now. Guault, centering pass, looking for Pierre in the middle. Comes out to Aurelius. Aurelius at the right dot. Down to Guault. Guault behind Dufour. Guault sends it back around. And Mathis Kael Aurelius will recuperate it there for the Canadians. Aurelius scanning, looking for an option. Back to Mvoila. And back to Aurelius. Aurelius down low. Dufour picks that off, but he gets it back from Guault. Aurelius trying to cut into the middle. He tries a shot. Blocked there by McComber. Mvoila sends it back down for Thomas Rochelot. Rochelot opened the scoring in this game in the first period. Etienne Guault. Back to Mvoila. As the other Canadians' goal just a few moments ago. Guault out in front, shoots! Bourgoin was able to knock that one over the net. Mathis Kael Aurelius working this power play for the Canadians. Tripped up there by Camarant, no call. As now it's poked back out to center. 40 seconds to go here in the power play. Derek Pierre taken down. The Blackhawks really tempting fate here. And Etienne Guault at the blue line will send it back in. 9 minutes to play in this third period. Sent down the ice by J.F. Racine. Could be a break for Jackson McComber. Diakite comes back and with his long reach knocks him off the puck. And here's Emile Picard. Can have a break of his own. Picard in on Bourgoin. And a big save by Samuel Bourgoin knocks it up and out of play.
Wow. Hard to describe the past couple of minutes there. Diakite, great job. As you mentioned, his long reach, able to strip Jackson McComber of the puck. And Jackson McComber is not going to win that matchup against a defender like Diakite. No discredit to Jackson. It's just Diakite might be double his size there, and his stick is taller than McComber himself. And I just want to talk about that pass by Mvoila where he passed it and there was nobody there. You know why he passed it? When there's nobody there, he didn't look, and he didn't look because this Canadians team is so sound and such a well-oiled machine that he just expected a teammate to be there.
Look out. It's taken back by Jules Targiroff on the penalty kill for the Blackhawks. Not playing a whole lot here. And the penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5 as Diakite sends it across. It goes off Targiroff. Tries to send it in and does to Bugeaud. Félix Bugeaud. Max Guérin tries a move, but it's closed off by Bornay. Bornay around Lacasse. Working in the zone by himself. Adam Bornay. Another nice move around Targiroff. Diakite knocks it back in. Sent out by Maverick Dufour. Up ahead, here comes Félix Bugeaud for the Blackhawks, making a couple moves. And Diakite, once again, the last man back to close him down. William Penk for the Canadians with speed. Sent back out by Maverick Dufour. Who's got it back now? Dufour chips it up ahead for Renan Charon. It's been rather quiet in this game. The Blackhawks will need him to get going in the final 7 minutes and change here, down a goal. Diakite across for Penk. Comes out to center. J.F. Racine will take it back as Charon gets onside. Racine dumps it in. It's Darnell Diakite for the Canadians. Up ahead for Penk. Trying to chip it ahead for Pierre, but it's intercepted. Charon down low for McComber. McComber creating some space, and now he puts it wide of the net. and William Penk takes it back for the Canadians. A nice flip pass out to center. Derek Pierre trying to get around Dufour, and does. Pierre in on goal, and the puck bounced on him and rolled off his stick. And Pierre's got it back. Racine in his way. Centers it. Aurelius off the crossbar. Natsiskael Aurelius nearly doubled the lead, and back comes JF Racine for the Blackhawks. Racine shoots. That one rolls just wide as Brisebois was a bit out of position there. Racine stopped there at the line by Chama, and now going after it is Aurelius, but Bourgoin gets there first. Knocked down by Aurelius. We're not going to call it a high stick, and that was shot. Bourgoin was out of his net. Alert play by Picard, but he got back to make the save. Adam Bornay in the slot for Picard. Fanned on the shot. Chama shot there by William Penk, and Bourgoin, alert as ever, was square to that one.
Man, if it weren't for Bourgoin, the two posts, and the crossbar, I think it would be 10-1 right now for the Canadians. The crossbar is one of the goalie's best friends there, just as the posts are, but Bourgoin might not even need him, as he's been standing on his head basically in this game, making a lot of simple saves as well, just getting in front of the puck, as we mentioned before, making it look easier than it is.
Here the fans having fun here at the Pierrefonds International Sportplex. There's a shot from Penk again, blocker save. And now a wraparound try by Emile Picard. Bourgoin gone across on that one. Another centering pass, stopped there by Lacasse. James Lacasse behind his net. Will start out slowly for the Blackhawks. Tried to get it to Macomber, it's out of his reach. Etienne Guault going after it for the Canadians. Lacasse will take it back. Blackhawks delayed offside as we've approached the 6-minute mark of this third period. We're halfway through. And voila, bothered there, taken off the puck by Dylan Hugg. Hugg leaves it for Camarand. Keyshawn Camarand to the point for Dufour, and it comes out. Here's a break for William Penk. Lacasse trying to get back. Penk right to the net, scores! There was a penalty coming up, but William Penk makes it 3-1 Canadians with under 6 minutes to go in their Stanley Cup final.
Beautiful move by William Penk there, showing off his Habs jersey for the fans. He went blocker side, which is the exact same side of the net that I'm not sure who scored the goal on the blocker side earlier. Mbola, exactly. He went to the exact same side as his teammate Mbola, right above the blocker, right is where he needed to put it. William Penk, he was also slashed there by James Lacasse, it looked like, unbothered by that, still able to put it in, and the Canadians double their lead, 3-1 now, 5:40 left.
And they win the draw to boot. Blackhawks need something, and they need it now. Darnell Diakite. Stop there. Here's Nicolas Labroche. Sends it up for Aurelius. Up the boards. Held in by Racine. His shot. Brisebois the save. Guérin's there for the rebound. But he couldn't pot it home. Here's Maverick Dufour for the Blackhawks. Aurelius trying to pin him on the boards. And still a battle going on for there. 3 Blackhawks. Some contact between Aurelius and Dufour, as Darnell Diakite sends it down to waste a bit more time for the Canadians. As you see the fans excited at the goal announcement here, as we're under 5 minutes to play in this third period. 3-1 the score for the undefeated Canadians in the Stanley Cup final here at NHL Kids. There's an icing call against Nicolas Labroche, and we'll come back to the Blackhawks zone.
Yeah, and as we hear all these horns right now, I'm reading a sign to my right that says no air horn with a big red circle and a cross there. So fans don't really care if they're breaking the rules right now, and that's okay. You know why? Because it's the NHL Kids Stanley Cup final, so we'll let it slide right now. 3-1 lead. The Blackhawks just had a great opportunity in front of the Canadiens' net, unable to capitalize there. They're going to try and run it back now.
Here's Jackson Macomber of the Blackhawks. William Penk, a great defensive play to knock him off the puck. Emile Picard, stopped by James Lacasse. Lacasse in a battle with Picard for it now. Penk is there as well. Picard falls down. It comes free to Etienne Guault. Pinned to the boards by Macomber. Still a battle for it. And it comes out to Bornay. Adam Bornay around Lacasse. Fanned on his pass. He was trying to go sharp angle. And it's behind the net now. Dug out by Emile Picard on the Canadians. Behind the net, he's got 2 Blackhawks on him. James Lacasse takes it out. Stolen again by William Penk. Penk at the right dot. Shoots! That one went off a Blackhawks player up over the net. Etienne Guault in the corner. Working against Lacasse again. Lacasse trying to send it up, but Penk once again is there to stop it. How about the shift from William Penk? As there's Guo behind the net for Emile Picard. Back to Guo. Pass just missed him. Penk's got it one more time. Across for Picard. Picard at the right dot in the center, looking for Etienne Guo. Pass just out of his reach. And William Penk once again. Pass in the middle, Picard! Right on, and Samuel Bourgoin holds on to that one.
Great save by Bourgoin. We see some contact there between William Penk, James Lacasse, and a couple other Blackhawks there in front of the net. And you know what, Bourgoin, although he's allowed 3 goals, and they haven't been all on him, right? He's done a lot more than a lot of other goalies would against this Habs team, a very strong one at that. We see Pierre here.
Blackhawks win that draw. Racine flips it out. Guérin! Big cross-check on Labroche. No call from the officials. Here's Charon. Lost it to Diakite. 3 minutes 15 to go in the Stanley Cup final at NHL Kids. It's Thomas Rochelot. And on the right side, Rochelot stops, puts it behind the net. Renan Charon is there for the Blackhawks. Derek Pierre will send it back in. And a nice flip pass there to Maddox Guérin. It's just out of his reach. Darnell Diakite going after it. 3 minutes to go. Diakite sends it up for Rochelot. Rochelot at center for Aurelius. Pass got lost in his skates, and Charon sends it back into the Canadian zone. Brisebois stops it behind the net. Nicolas Labroche content to sit there and wait for a Blackhawks player to come get him. And that's Felix Bugeaud going after him now, and he took him off the puck. Renan Charon in the corner for the Blackhawks. Charon around the net, lost it in his feet, but gets the handle back. Charon trying to cut into the slot, but William Penk, again, there to close him off. And he's going after the puck in the corner now against Lacasse, but Lacasse boxes him out. Penk wasting as much time as possible, and it's flipped up out of play. It went off a Canadian stick, so no penalty coming, but 2 minutes 14 to go in this third period. 3-1 Canadians with an offensive zone draw coming to boot.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really tough here for the Blackhawks to come back. I've lost a little bit of hope here for them, because if you've noticed, all the Canadians' goals they've had open ice, and the Blackhawks have not had any actual quality chances in front of the net. Their one goal was a rather gritty one at that. They've had no clean shots or chances here. So the Canadians have just been really good at limiting teams.
Here's William Penk again, an absolute puck hound in this third period. Dylan Hugg up for Diakite, he stopped there. Chama ahead for Kishan Cameron. And on Bournet, a slight hook. The officials let it go. The puck sent out to center. Picard hit there, and here's Maverick Dufour. I wonder if we'll see Samuel Bourgoin go to the bench eventually, as we have a minute 45 to go. That puck flips up into the air and over the boards. A minute 42 to play in this Stanley Cup final play.
Another example of there just being nothing there for the Blackhawks. It seems every time they're in the neutral zone, the Canadians just rush their players to the boards just to meet them there and not give them a chance to pass it across the ice or make a deke, try to break the zone. And yeah, it's just really tough looks here for the Blackhawks. Impossible to break free.
Flip out of the zone by Diakite there for Aurelius as it goes into the corner. 90 seconds left in this, the ultimate game here at NHL Kids. 3-1 the score for the Canadians over the Blackhawks. Blackhawks, every second counts for them now. Here's Maddox Guérin as Bourgoin's pointing to the bench, asking when he should come. Guérin into the zone. Centering pass, Bugeaud is there. The shot! And that one goes just wide. Bourgoin still in his crease. Comes back to Guérin. Maddox Guérin shoots! Stopped by Antoine Brisebois with 1 minute and 1 second left. And there goes Samuel Bourgoin to the bench for this faceoff.
And the Blackhawks look gassed right now. They haven't had many opportunities for them to just sit there in the zone of the Canadians and just set up a play and do some back and forth passing. It's always been a situation where they have the Canadians breathing down their necks here. With a minute to go left in this game, they need 2 quick ones to tie it and send it to OT.
But it's Rochelot taking it back, going for the empty net. Stick check by James Lacasse. Lacasse behind the empty cage. As you heard, the last minute of play announcement here. Closed off again. Lacasse into the offensive zone. Pocket picked, and we're going to get a penalty here. A hooking call on Thomas Rochelot of the Canadians 45 seconds to play. The Blackhawks can go 6-on-4 here.
Yeah, going 6-on-4 here against the Canadians could be very advantageous for them now, as the Canadians finally will be outmanned and not be able to swarm these Blackhawks players like they've been doing for the majority of this game. So the Blackhawks are going to have to go for a more spread out approach here and just dissect this four-man defense.
Charon dumps it behind the boards, and Lacasse not able to hold the zone. 36 seconds to go. Blackhawks have to reset, down by 2. Here comes Racine, trying to get around Diakite. Sends it back to Charon. The point, it's Maddox Guérin. Back for Charon. Renan Charon. Great goal scorer in the tournament, but he's had a quiet one today. Guérin lets one go, and a rebound for Brisebois. It's in his crease, and it's cleared down the ice, just wide of the empty net.
Hits the post there.
Voila, who was looking for his second of the game. Final 10 seconds here as Penk steals it, and fittingly, he's the one who hits the empty net. 4.9 seconds to go. It'll be a 4-1 final for the Canadians here at NHL Kids. And
William Penk takes a bow in front of JF Lassin there. Takes another one, motioning towards the crowd, and just a dominant performance here as the score says 144-1 for just a second there for the Canadians. A dominant performance overall, and they're going to win the little NHL Stanley Cup, and they deserve it. An undefeated season, as I don't think the Blackhawks are going to score 3 goals in the next 5 seconds. So if I had a cap right now, I'd tip it off to the Canadians. Just a great tournament overall, and it's nice to see the best team leave the Pierrefonds Sportplex with a championship trophy.
Absolutely it is. As the puck will drop at center ice to crown the Canadians as kings of the dance here at NHL Kids.
And they're going to rush the ice right now, embracing Antoine Brisebois with a deserved hug here. The Canadians have won the little NHL Stanley Cup.
Unbelievable tournament for the Canadians. 9 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties in the regular season. Again, 0 losses through the playoffs. They keep that going here. Heartbreak for the Blackhawks. This is just their second loss of the entire tournament. They themselves only lost 1 game during the regular season, had a 1-1 tie against the Canadians in their matchup. Not as lucky today, though. A much-deserved NHL Kids Stanley Cup here today for the Canadians.
And the Blackhawks can't be sorry for themselves. As you said, 1 loss in this tournament. They've been fantastic. You got to be proud of them if you're the parents right now. And you know they're going to take them out for some hot chocolate because they deserve it as well as a little bit of a consolation prize. Their coach is going to give them a pep talk. They've been great throughout this tournament. And you see Derek Pierre here for the Canadians, the captain, hyping up his team now as they're about to bring out the trophy. Just amazing play overall from this team that I've mentioned being a well-oiled machine throughout this tournament. It seems like they could do no wrong. Very stoic approach here from this team, led by the defense Diakite. There's Adam Bournet, the superstar, and we can't forget about Derek Pierre. I could name every single player on this team as a superstar. That's why it's hard to single out players on the Canadians. Other teams we've looked at, there's been a few guys there that have stood out, but every single player on this team has had a significant impact on this championship. And if there's an MVP trophy to hand out, I don't know who I'd give it to right now. Just give it to the coach and tell him to decide at that point.
Give a piece of it to everybody. As we see here, the best tradition in sports, the post-game handshake. As after all, it's all about sportsmanship, it's all about fun, especially for these kids who developed such a camaraderie here over these few days at the Pierrefonds International Sportplex.
Yeah, and another thing they came here for was to show off their skills, and that's exactly what they did. We have so much footage here that you could watch on YouTube as well as Live Barn of the tournament that we broadcasted. Every single game brought to you by NHL Kids. And it's just been awesome to get to know these kids. It feels like we know them, even though we've been up here calling all of their games, interacting with them in the tunnel for post-game interviews in the locker room. And just shout out to all these kids here, age 13 to 18, showing out, competing no matter their size, no matter their age. They've been great. We're going to see the trophy ceremony soon. And JF Lassin is going to talk to the coach now, just chatting it up with the coach for the Canadians. We're going to see the Blackhawks stay here, as I'm sure they'll be awarded somewhat of an honor for making it this far. and the trophy ceremony about to commence. Wow, what an energy, what a feeling here for Canadians, players and parents, and siblings as well. We see a lot of players who stayed behind, who live in the area, here to watch this game. Little kids, siblings of the players running across the stands, right under
in the way of our camera.
In the way of the camera, our tech guy here, our cameraman Jean Lemay, who's been great. Shout out to Jean Lemay for producing this entire tournament. He deserves some credit, and he's trying to angle the camera away from the people in his shot here. And we see the Canadians waiting right now.
As we mentioned, a lot of these players knew each other even prior to this tournament. So even more sportsmanship between them. As here we see the little Stanley Cup coming out onto the ice to be presented to the Canadians.
From here it does look pretty little, but this is the little NHL, and the little Stanley Cup is going to have the Canadians' names carved into it till the end of time, and they deserve it here. The white gloves, making sure that it doesn't get any smudges there. We're going to see the captain, Derek Pierre, be the first one to go and lift that cup. Well deserved, as you saw him diving for loose pucks, diving in front of the net to block shots this entire tournament, really leading the way, helping to build a culture these past 5 days. And it feels like that's what was built, a culture for the Canadians, setting a precedent for future teams in this tournament. The Canadians are going to be a championship roster, immortalized for years to come for NHL kids. And we see the commissioner, Dominic, ready
to present the cup here to the Canadians.
Wearing that suit and tie, different from his usual Nike tracksuit, as we see him in. Look at him go with the glasses as well, looking sharp, Dom. And the Blackhawks there as well, just showing their respect. Some players would leave the ice after losing in a championship game, but really here, just a great example of the Blackhawks' attitude in this tournament.
William Pank.
And the player of the game is going to be awarded to William Pank. 2 goals in this game, including the empty net there to ice it out 4-1. William Pank's been great in this tournament, really looking to get his stick on the puck whenever he can and firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and fantastic defensive game from Pank too. As we said, he scored the backbreaker goal to make it 3-1 in the third period, scored the empty netter with just a few seconds left on the clock. How many times did we see him steal a puck, waste time in the third period in the Blackhawk zone? Just unreal game from William Pank when it mattered most.
Many times. And it's so loud here, I could barely hear myself talk. I'm sorry if I'm screaming in the stream. But William Pank, just another example of one of these two-way players in this tournament. So much talent. All these players displaying their ability to play on both ends. And we see the parents making noise, the players making noise. A last pep talk here, or maybe not a pep talk, but just congratulating his team is the coach for the Canadians. And they deserve congratulations, and they're going to hoist the little Stanley Cup. Parents are anxious to get their videos of their kids doing their lap, as I'm sure they will. At least I hope they will. It's the best part of the celebrating a Stanley Cup win, taking the cup, hoisting it in the air, and taking a nice lap around the rink. 10:33 right now. We've been here since 9 a.m. broadcasting for you, as well as throughout this week. And just thank you for joining us, sticking with us throughout this process. It's been a long journey these past 5 days for all these teams here. And there's the commissioner, Dom, going to make the announcement.
As we have the little Conn Smythe trophy for the MVP ready to be presented here.
Really? We have a Conn Smythe trophy. I didn't even notice. Our colleague Connor Tomhalty, who has been broadcasting with us as well throughout this tournament.
William Penk here awarded the Little Conn Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player.
And his teammates excited for him. That's William Penk holding up his Conn Smythe Trophy. He was a little surprised when he heard his name, as there's so many stars on that roster. William Penk sure does deserve it, and he's going to share that honor with his teammates. And there's the captain, Derek Pierre.
Now the moment they've been waiting for since this tournament began. They'll hoist this little Stanley Cup here at NHL Kids.
There's the assistant captain there, Aurelius. Such a crucial role in this win.
Les joueurs.
There's Rochlo with it.
Now the coaches will get their turn with the little cup here. You see them with their ceremonial hats as well. Also a nice tradition.
Yeah, and they even got hats for the conference championship, which was really nice to see. And we have hats here now for the Stanley Cup champions, and they're going to touch this trophy, that's for sure. No doubt about it. They're going to enjoy this one. A sweet one. Wonder who's going to keep it. Not exactly sure here. And sweet win. That's Diakite now holding it for the Little Canadians. You see William Penk there with his MVP trophy. MVP of the playoffs awarded to William Penk. The picture with the commissioner.
Several Blackhawks here have stayed back. A great show of respect from them as well.
Yeah, cheering on their friends. You know, they might have some friends there on the Canadians. Want to congratulate them themselves. And even the goalie, Bourgoin, who played in the game, is there too. Instead of being butthurt about the loss, he's there showing his respect. A great show of character by these Blackhawks here, who decided to stay behind.
Absolutely.
And a final celebration here, hoisting the cup. The Little Canadians. Goes to show how seriously the players took this tournament.
Well, we may be back for the ceremony later, but for now that will do it for us. On behalf of Blake Saraga and all of us here at NHL Kids, thank you for being with us this week. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next one.